Welcome to my first ever sit down video. Today I'm doing my hair tutorial, which is something that a few of you guys have asked about, so I'm very excited to finally be doing it. So basically today I'm just going to go through what I do to my hair. I'm going to go through products, I'm going to go through what sort of curler I use and that curler I use. So basically I find the best way to get my curl is the way I blow dry it. So I feel like the way I blow dry it gives it like body and volume, so then when I curl it, it kind of just sits in that sort of messy, sort of bouncy sort of curl, I guess, or wave. So I find the best way to get volume with my hair, I don't know whether it's hard because I do have quite thick hair, so it does sort of it does get that sort of volume quite easily, but I'm just going to teach you guys, tell you guys how I do it, and then hopefully you can kind of pick some stuff from it and maybe it might work for you guys as well. So I find the best thing is using a big barrel brush when I blow dry my hair. I don't use any products because I feel like sometimes products weigh it down, so I like to have just clean, fresh hair. The products I use at the moment, I'm using, and this is none of this is sponsored, this is just the products that I use. I'm using the Kevin Murphy Heated Defense. I always like to use like a heat product in my hair just to look after it. I've used this. I've also used a Moroccan Oil spray, which was really good as well. Anything really, just that's like the only thing I'll do. So I'll wash my hair first. I'll go through that as well. I actually use the SP Silver shampoo. This is the men's. I also like the women's, but the men's I find is that little bit stronger. But this is sold out quite a lot, I've noticed. So if this is sold out, I still will get the women's. I use this once or twice a week, and I'll dilute it with a shampoo. So any shampoo. At the moment I'm using Bondi Boost, and that's been really good. But yeah, I just like to dilute it, so because it is quite strong, and sometimes I feel like it is a little bit drying. So yeah, I'll use that. And then for a conditioner, I love the Moroccan Oil range. This is actually empty. I love it that much. This is the Repair Moisture Repair Conditioner. I just noticed that when I use this, my hair is a lot better. It's a lot healthier and thicker. It is quite dry at the moment because I bleach it quite often. But I find just investing in a really nice moisturizer conditioner is like a game changer. So especially if you're dyeing it, and especially if you're using a silver shampoo, which is still, no matter what it says, it's still so drying, I highly recommend a nice conditioner. And that one has been working really well for me, and I've been using that one for a long time now. I do mix up my conditioners and shampoos just because I feel like hair gets used to products, and it's nice to sort of use different ones every now and then. But yeah, they're my two go-tos at this moment and have been for quite a while. I also use a oil after I've washed my hair, and I'm using the Moroccan Oil. I think I've mentioned this before if you follow me on my Instagram. So basically once I've done that, then I blow dry my hair. I don't have like a specific way of blow drying my hair. I just literally just go for it. So like I will tip my hair back up, like upside down, blow dry it upside down, and then I'll kind of just dry it and then brush with the big barrel brush just to give that volume. It's a very messy sort of whatever way of blow drying my hair. I don't sit there and like take hours with it. It takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to blow dry my hair. It's just like dry it off, and then so it gives it that sort of big sort of bouncy look to it. So yeah, I find the messier the better. My hair's never like pristine, it's always quite like messy, and yeah, but I find that for me it gives it more volume. So yeah, so using a big barrel brush and a hairdryer, and then just sort of brushing it out upside down, blow dry upside down, lift it back up, and just yeah, the messier the better. So now I'm using like the tools that I've been using for the past, I think it's about 7 years now. I have been using the Q-Tech color. My mum bought this for me on my I reckon it was like my 20th birthday. I'm 28 now. And I've been using this for, yeah, around 8 years. So it's a very old model, and I'm sure they have some amazing models out now. But this one's just done me so well, and I don't want to like give it away. Like, I don't want to buy a new one because I see no point. It's been so good. A lot of people have asked me like through DMs and stuff what model this is. Like I said, it's 8 years old. I doubt it will still be around. I'm sure they've got like I said, amazing models out now that are much better than this. And I'm not quite sure, like, I'll show you guys how thick it is. Like, hair all over it. So yeah, and I popped that one to 200 degrees. The way I sort of divide my hair when I curl it is very just like, I will just divide it in sections like this. I don't sort of do that whole layering sort of dividing that people do. I just strip by strip, and I kind of just wing it. So I just curl one way, then curl the others, and so they're all sort of mismatching, and that's why they've got that kind of like sort of wave, and it just crosses over each other, which I think again gives a lot of volume. So yeah, so first of all, I will grab my section, like my front sections, and I grab about that much, just there. And I've got my curler and curl it around. I don't leave the curler on this front bit for very long, just because these are quite thin pieces, like thin, it's like a thin sort of bit, and also my hair's really like, it breaks a lot around my face. And that's, oh, that's very ringletty. That's like a ring, so it does, like the front are quite like bouncy. They're not gonna be that bouncy at the back, but I will eventually brush that out. So then I kind of, my pieces around my front, like my face, the frame of my face are quite thin. So there again, that's quite a thin piece. And I like to wrap it around like that, and then sort of wrap it around the brush, the curler. I leave it on for about like 10 seconds, I would say. If it's like a thicker piece, maybe a little bit longer. Here again, get a little bit thicker as I go around my hair, like get further to my head. Okay, so then once I've left it on for about 10 to 15, I let it go, and it just has that nice sort of like curl. And then I'll start to go a little bit thicker as I get to the back of my head, just because like I get impatient as well, so I want it to be a bit quicker. But there's like a sort of a rough, that's how thick it is at the moment. And again, just sort of push it around. And once it's been on, again, I'll just let it go. And you can see just here how it's kind of looking at the moment. I don't actually usually get to the top. It kind of finishes around there where the curl finishes, and then it's quite like straight up there, and go around. And then you can see here I'm getting a little bit thicker. And sometimes I do also twirl it, like twirl the actual curler around. I'm not quite sure why, it's just a habit that I feel like it curls it better or something. So then once release, and you can just see here again, that's kind of what it's looking like at the moment, quite messy, and all different curls. As I get to the back, I'm using quite a thick piece just here, just like that thick there. Twirl it and then pop it around the brush, all the way around till I hit about 3/4 of my head. Sometimes when I'm shooting, I won't actually curl the back of my hair, I'll just curl the front, and I'll just sort of like blend it through with like a brush, because it takes ages. Curling the back of my hair, I usually come from underneath the barrel, just because I find it easier to curl. Okay, so when I get to roughly, sometimes if I miss a piece, just like this bit, like I said, I'll just, if it's too short, I'll just kink it around like that. You'll be really careful though, because not to burn yourself. I'll just kink it just so it's got a little bit, and then let it go, and it's just got a bit of a wave to it. Okay, so once I've gotten to this side, I'll start to curl this front bit, and again I will grab that section of my hair quite thin and just brush it up. And then you can see how it's quite ringlety at the front, and then start grabbing. So start smaller and then get larger as I go around the back of my head. So this, and curl around. You can see I'm kind of like curling in different angles on the barrel, like every time around, just so all the curls are just completely different. Yeah, and then starting to get that touch thicker. So I'm getting like a clump about like this much, twisting. So it's probably like almost double what I've just been curling, and twist it around. Got one more to curl, and that is this strand just here. So I've got this chunk to curl, so I'll twirl that around. And then grab my brush and just sort of wrap it like that. So whatever way I can get it around. So I've just curled my whole head, and you can see it's quite ringlety at the front, and then at the back it's quite just a little bit wavy. It's not like it's not very curly at all at the back, but it's quite ringlety at the front. There's my mouth. That's how I kind of have my hair. It's quite curly at the front, and then it kind of just goes into like a messy beachy wave at the back. So basically now is like the main thing. This is how my hair looks when it's curled. I'll just show you guys again the back. Very just messy. So then what I do is I'll just kind of have it like this, and I'll just literally like mess it up heaps with my hands and sort of push it up at the roots as well. So I kind of, the messier the better for me. And if it's still too ringly, I will brush it out with my barrel brush, and just give it the roots a bit of so here is the final hair. So just sort of, sometimes I get my fingers and just kind of, I prefer it sort of when it's messy, so it just stays up and it's kind of got that big volume. I'll just show you guys the back as well. So yeah, pretty messy and just sort of like crazy and bouncy. If I've got an event on, or I want to keep my curls quite tight, not tight but just sort of like lifted, I will use a hairspray. I do love the Moroccan Oil hairspray, but I've used plenty of great hairsprays, so it's kind of, that's just what I'm using at the moment. But and also I will brush it throughout the day, so I'll give it a bit of a brush with a barrel brush. And I do have some very exciting news coming soon about barrel brushes, but I will touch base on them soon. But yeah, if you guys want me to go through my hair drying routine and my treatments, let me know. I thought it would be a bit too much information if I added them into this, so just let me know in the comments or DM me on Instagram and just let me know what you guys would like to see, and I'm more than happy to go through more of a sort of what treatments and blow drying sort of routines with you as well, just so you to see how I get that sort of volume when I dry it as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you gained something from this video, and I will see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.